Are you looking for a place that combines the charm of small town living with the convenience of city access? Could Byron, Georgia be your next home? Hold that thought as we dive deep into what it's like to live in this small town nestled in Middle Georgia. Located in Peach County, Byron is more than just a spot on the map. It's a community where life moves at a pleasant pace and everyone might just know your name. But what are the real pros and cons of setting roots in Byron, Georgia? Let's break that down in this video with stats and local insights. Let's get into the pros of living in Byron, Georgia and start with the affordability. And when we talk about numbers, currently the average home price in Byron, Georgia is at $240,000, which makes Byron, Georgia 10% cheaper than the Georgia average and quite a bit cheaper than the national average when it comes to housing overall, making it a perfect place for first-time home buyers getting into a very friendly community. Next up is the safety, and that is a very important factor for a lot of people moving to a specific area or city or town, because Byron is not that big. But safety is a super huge concern when it comes to moving. And according to multiple sources like niche.com or crimerates.org, Byron is one of those towns where you could feel safe doing a midnight stroll. According to the latest data, Byron has a very low crime rate compared to the Georgia average and of course, compared to the national average, making this feel like a very safe community, according to all online sources. Loving the peace of small town living, but needs the buzz of the city life? Well, Byron is very strategically located and it has that small town living feel, but is not too far from bigger cities such as Macon or Warner Robins, where all the bustle and hustle is. Of course, Warner Robins and Macon are not Atlanta, so you won't have the ultimate city bustle and hustle, but those two have pretty much all you need. And Byron is so strategically located on I-75 that you are just a short drive away from everything you need, either in Macon or in Warner Robins. So those were my 3 pros of living or moving to Byron, Georgia. Of course, if you live in Byron, you probably have a little bit more of pros and cons that I am listing here. And if you do, put them in the comments below. I want to know what your pros and cons are. Let's move on to the cons of living or moving in Byron. Number 1 spot is the amenities. And when I say amenities, Byron as a small town, but growing, is very limited to amenities such as restaurants, shopping, and entertainment. So if you are looking for major shopping, major dining, and entertainment, then Byron might not be the place for you. Or if you don't mind traveling to Macon or Warner Robins or even Atlanta, then it might not be that bad of a con at all. Are you thinking about work? Well, we are at our second con, which is job opportunity. Within Byron itself, there is not much opportunity when it comes to jobs. But hold up. There are opportunities in Warner Robins, with Robins Air Force Base being the largest employer in the whole state of Georgia. And there are multiple other companies like Frito-Lay's. Jack Link's is gonna open up a factory in Perry, Georgia, but they're not within Byron. So you have to drive a little bit to actually find the better job opportunities. Therefore, that is a con, because if you want to move to Byron and save money because of the cost of living being so much cheaper, to be honest, the job opportunities in Byron, Georgia are not that great. Byron covers the basics when it comes to schools as well as healthcare. So therefore, school system as well as healthcare might be a con for everyone looking into Byron, Georgia. According to greatschools.org and niche.com, Byron schools are not as highly rated as, for example, some other schools within Houston County, which is just a short drive away, in Warner Robins, Kathleen, Bonaire, Centerville, or even Perry. So if education is a big factor for you to move, you might not be that happy looking into Byron. But for everyone that doesn't need schools because you're a retiree or you don't have kids, maybe Byron is still a great option for you. When it comes to healthcare, for every specialized needs, you have to get into the car and drive either to Macon or Warner Robins or even Atlanta. As mentioned earlier, I could put way more pros and cons in that list, but I think those are the three major pros and there's three major cons of living or moving to the beautiful town of Byron. There is one thing that I want to mention that I didn't want to put in either one of the categories because for some people it is a pro and for some people it is just a con, which is the weather in Middle Georgia in general. And that doesn't matter if you live in Byron or Warner Robins, Kathleen, Bonaire, Perry, or Macon, because we have a very humid subtropical weather down here in Middle Georgia. If you don't get along with humidity like I do, you might think it is a con. If you don't have any problems with that, you might enjoy this summer. But you decide if you think it's a pro or a con. So there you have it. Byron is a place of affordability, strategic location, and according to multiple sources online and statistics, safety. Nevertheless, it comes with a couple of trade-offs. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you smash that like button and share it with your friends. If you're looking to move to the Middle Georgia area, my name is Mischa Thompson. I'm a licensed real estate professional here. I would be more than happy to be your real estate agent of choice, and I'll see you in the next one.